is Portland, obviously. We live in this huge city. It's bustling. There's tons of things going on. There's lots of buildings. There's lots of stories and activities that we see that behind the scenes that we don't necessarily think of. You know, whether it be people, delivering things on their bikes or people creating. There's all these artisans and, government workers, and there is food carts and just all these incredibly amazing things happening around us in this absolutely astounding city. So here we have, and I've already gone over my time here a little bit. So on top of some of these buildings, we have our bees, and this is a story that you don't necessarily think of. So we have bees all over the city on top of these rooftops, and these bees are the engines for our food, our biodiversity, and that sort of thing. And so we work with chefs like Chef Starkus, who uses these bees to pollinate his garden on top of his hotel. And he takes those bees and kind of captures their behaviors and are able to feed people who come into his restaurant. By gathering the herbs, he has vegetables, he has peppers. And these are things, this is happening above us and around us at all times. Now, the other thing that happens that's unseen and unheard is transporting these things at night. So one of the things that beekeepers do and bees do in general is we help pollinate crops. So in the middle of the night, when you're all asleep, we're loading up bees and we're transporting them all over the place. So we're moving them from Portland up to Long Beach to work the organic cranberry bogs. And without them, you wouldn't have the lovely Starvation Alley sort of cranberries and that sort of thing. So here it is. We're leaving at, say, I think this is about 3 a.m. Well, nobody really, sees this going on. So our bees are actually out there pollinating and creating food. And here they are arriving at our spot where we're going to place them. So this is actually a spot where it's going to be, we're going to build this kind of wildflower sort of bee sanctuary, working with a bunch of farmers so that we don't have to move them all around, so that they can remain healthy, so they can encourage proper pollination. And this work is mind-numbing, it's tough, it's really hard to do. We, this is a 24-hour period that we do it. Most people don't see this. This is unloading 24 hives. This is after literally a 24-hour day, and there is their new home underneath this beautiful oak tree. We're working with these farmers. Basically, we're going to plant these beautiful wildflowers where they can stay all year round, which encourages the health of the bees because we know they're under a duress from colony collapse disorder. Bees are not only incredible pollinators, but they're incredible engineers, and this is something that people don't think of. So what you have here is a natural comb that's been developed inside of a hive, and they do this by festooning. So they actually make a chain and then build the comb into that shape, and that's why you get that beautiful shape, and everything's built around 3/8 of an inch. The other thing that they do is they're pharmacists. So that red substance that you see, that's a gift to us and a gift to them. That's propolis. That's a substance they collect from trees, and it's antiseptic and antibiotic. And it's something that keeps the inside of the hive sterile, and it's also good for us. You find it in toothpaste. People put it in tea. Now, if we respect the bees, we can work with them without veils, without hoods. We just move slowly. We respect them. We enjoy them. We kind of become in tune with them. And it's a pretty amazing experience. Now, when we're working with them, you can see there's no gloves, there's nothing. And this is a gift they give to us. If we respect them, if we move with purpose, if we are Zen-like, we don't have to wear gloves or veils. We can just kind of, it sounds really corny, but we can be one with them. They are under duress. These are our friends at OSU Honeybee Lab. They're doing critical research into the health of the honeybees. So this is Carolyn Brees, and she's checking for nosema. So this has to do with colony collapse disorder. So these are stories that you don't hear either. is you don't hear about the incredible research that they're doing. Basically what we do to check for nocemu, which is a gut bacteria that gets out of control, is we mash up a bunch of bees in a mortar and pestle, and then we put them under a microscope and we check how many spores per million in a certain, in a little certain area. One of the fantastic things that we get to do, and these are the real stories, is these guys, fourth generation Uzbekistan beekeepers, we get to work with them. We get to understand their traditions. They give us tips. They give us these ways to work with the bees that we don't know yet. But they do, because they've been doing it forever. And they turn us on to little queens like that, who are genetically diverse, who are from Hungarian carniolans, right? This is really important. So these Hungarian carniolans are of good genetic stock. We have a genetic bottleneck in the United States. And they have turned us on to that. So when you look at bees, you have to understand that they're the kind of unseen, unheard workers that are all around us, thousands and millions of them, little engineers, little pharmacists, creating this beautiful substance for us. And we have to respect them, because without them, we're lost. We lose our food supply, and we will not have just these really beautiful little substances like honey, like propolis, like beeswax, that sound small, but is really, really important to what we do. And they increase the biodiversity of our entire planet. Super important, and we have to understand their story. Thank you.